Imagine for a moment that you are standing at the edge of a vast ocean. The waves crash against the shore, rhythmic and powerful. Each wave represents a word you speak, and the ocean, that is your influence on the world. And my friends, ask yourselves, are your words mere ripples? Today, we are going to dive deep into the art of speaking like a leader, a skill that will not only make people respect you, but will also transform your life and the lives of those around you. This is not just about communication. It is about tapping into the very essence of your being and projecting it with such clarity and power that the world cannot help but take notice. Every single one of you has a leader within. Yes, you heard me right. Leadership is not reserved for CEOs, politicians, or motivational speakers. It is a quality that resides in each and every one of us, waiting to be awakened. The question is, are you ready to awaken it? Now, speaking like a leader begins with understanding the immense power of your words. Words are not just sounds or symbols on a page. They are energy. They are vibrations that ripple through the universe, shaping reality as they go. When you truly grasp this concept, you'll never speak carelessly again. Think about the last time you were moved by a speech or a conversation. What was it about the speaker that captivated you? Was it just the content of their words, or was it something more? I'll tell you what it was. It was their presence, their authenticity, their unwavering belief in what they were saying. That, my friends, is what we are aiming for. Talk about respect. Respect is not something you can demand. It is something you earn. And you earn it not by trying to impress others, but by being so deeply impressed with the miracle of life and the potential within yourself and others that irradiates from your very. To speak like a leader and command respect, you must first respect yourself. This might sound simple, but for many, it is a lifelong journey. Self-respect comes from living in alignment with your highest values, from keeping the promises you make to yourself, from treating your mind, body, and spirit as the sacred vessels they are. When you respect yourself, it shows in every word you utter. Your voice carries a quiet confidence that does not need to shout to be heard. Your words come from a place of authenticity, not from a desire to please or impress. This authenticity is magnetic. It draws people to you and makes them want to listen. But here's the key. Respecting yourself is not about ego. It is about recognizing the divine spark within you. It is about understanding that you are a unique expression of the universe with gifts and talents that only you can share with the world. When you speak from this place of self-awareness and self-love, your words carry a weight that no amount of artificial authority can match. Some practical strategies for speaking like a leader. First and foremost, leaders speak with intention. Every word is chosen carefully, every sentence crafted to serve a purpose. This does not mean you need to script every conversation, but it does mean being mindful of the impact your words can have. Think of your words as seeds. Every time you speak, you're planting something. What kind of garden do you want to grow? A garden of inspiration, motivation, and positive change, or a garden of doubt, fear, and negativity? The choice is yours, and it is a choice you make every time you open your mouth. Leaders also understand the power of silence. In our noisy world, we often feel pressured to fill every moment with words. But true leaders know that sometimes the most powerful statement is made in the spaces between words. Do not be afraid of pauses. Use them strategically. Let your words sink in. Give people time to reflect. In those moments of silence, real connection and understanding can bloom. Another crucial aspect of speaking like a leader is listening. Yes, you heard me right. To be a great speaker, you must first be a great listener. Leaders listen not just with their ears, but with their hearts and their intuition. They listen for the unspoken needs, the hidden fears, the unexpressed dreams. When you truly listen, you gain the insight needed to speak words that resonate deeply with others. Talk about the energy behind your words. Have you ever noticed how some people can say the simplest things yet leave you feeling inspired and energized? That is because they're not just speaking words, they're transmitting energy. Your words are carriers of your energy, your emotions, your beliefs. If you want to speak like a leader, you need to cultivate the right energy within yourself. This means taking care of yourself holistically. It means feeding your mind with positive thoughts and empowering beliefs. It means nourishing your body with healthy food and regular exercise. It means nurturing your spirit through meditation, prayer, or whatever practices resonate with you. When you are operating at a high vibration, your words naturally carry that elevated energy. Leaders also understand the power of storytelling. Humans are wired for stories. We have been sharing them around campfires for millennia. When you can weave your message into a compelling narrative, you make it stick. You make it memorable. You make it impactful. But here's the thing about stories. They need to be authentic. Do not just parrot someone else's experiences. Share your own. Be vulnerable. Talk about your struggles, your failures, your moments of doubt, and then share how you overcame them. This vulnerability, paradoxically, is a sign of strength. It shows that you are human, relatable, and most importantly, that you have walked the path you are inviting others to follow. Speaking like a leader also means being adaptable. Different situations call for different approaches. Sometimes you need to be gentle and nurturing. Other times you need to be firm and challenging. True leaders can read the room, sense the energy, and adjust their communication style accordingly. This adaptability extends to the language you use. While it is important to have a rich vocabulary, true leadership communication is about clarity, not complexity. Use words that everyone can understand. Remember, the goal is to connect, to inspire, to motivate, not to impress with your extensive lexicon. A common misconception. Some people think that to speak like a leader, they need to be loud, aggressive, or domineering. Nothing could be further from the truth. True leadership communication is often quiet, calm, and measured. It is not about overpowering others with your words, but empowering them with your vision. Think of the great leaders throughout history. Many of them weren't shouters or table bangers. They spoke with a quiet intensity that came from an unshakable belief in their message. That is what we are aiming for, not volume, but resonance. Another crucial aspect of speaking like a leader is consistency. Your words need to align with your actions. If there is a disconnect between what you say and what you do, people will notice and your credibility will suffer. Leadership communication is not just about big speeches or important meetings. It is about every interaction, every day. It is about living your message, not just speaking it. This consistency extends to your messaging as well. Leaders have core themes, core values that they return to again and again. Think about any great leader you admire. I bet you can identify a few key ideas that they champion consistently throughout their career. This repetition is not boring. It is powerful. It creates a clear, coherent narrative that people can understand and rally behind. Talk about the importance of positivity in leadership communication. This does not mean being unrealistically optimistic or ignoring problems. It means framing challenges as opportunities, focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on obstacles. When you speak with positivity, you inspire hope. You energize people. You make them believe that change is possible. But positivity alone is not enough. Leaders also need to be able to have difficult conversations. They need to be able to deliver tough feedback, to challenge people to grow, to address conflicts head-on. The key is to do this with compassion and respect. It is about being firm but fair, direct but kind. Another powerful tool in the leader's communication toolkit is the art of asking questions. Great leaders do not just tell. They ask. They probe. They encourage others to think deeply, to challenge assumptions, to come up with their own. When you ask the right questions, you empower others. You show that you value their input. You create engagement and buy-in. The concept of presence. When you speak like a leader, you are fully present in the moment. You're not thinking about what you're going to say next or worrying about how you're being perceived. You are fully engaged, fully connected. This presence is palpable. People can feel it. It draws them in and makes them want to listen. Developing this presence takes practice. It requires mindfulness, the ability to quiet your mental chatter and focus fully on the here and now. Meditation can be a powerful tool for developing this. Even just a few minutes a day can make a significant difference in your ability to be present when you communicate. Another aspect of speaking like a leader is the ability to paint a vivid picture of the future. Leaders are visionaries. They can see possibilities that others cannot, and they have the ability to articulate those possibilities in a way that inspires others to work towards them. When you speak, do not just talk about what is AI. Talk about what could be. Paint a picture so vivid, so compelling, that people cannot help but want to make it a reality. But vision without action is just a daydream. That is why leaders always couple their vision with a clear call to action. They do not just inspire, they mobilize, they give people concrete steps they can take to move towards the vision. When you speak, always be clear about what you want people to do with the information you are sharing. Talk about the power of acknowledgement. Leaders understand that everyone has a deep need to be seen, heard, and valued. When you acknowledge others, their contributions, their potential, their struggles, you create a powerful connection. You make them feel valued. And when people feel valued, they're much more likely to listen to and respect what you have to say. This acknowledgement extends to giving credit where it is due. Leaders do not try to hog the spotlight. They shine it on others. They celebrate the successes of their team. They give credit generously. This not only builds goodwill, but it also creates a culture of mutual respect and collaboration. Another key aspect of speaking like a leader is the ability to simplify complex ideas. In our information-rich world, we are often drowning in data. Leaders have the ability to cut through the noise, to distill complex situations down to their essence. They can take a mountain of information and extract the one or two key points that really matter. When you can do this, when you can make the complex simple without being simplistic, you make your ideas accessible and actionable. But simplicity does not mean dumbing things down. It means finding the core truth, the fundamental principle, and expressing it in a way that resonates with people. It is about clarity, not oversimplification. When you speak with clarity, you empower others to understand, to engage the elephant in the room. Fear. Many people fear public speaking. They fear being judged, being found wanting. But here is the truth that fear never completely goes away, even for seasoned leaders. The difference is that leaders do not let that fear stop them. They feel the fear and speak anyway. In fact, they use that fear as fuel. They channel that nervous energy into passion and conviction. They understand that the presence of fear often means they're stepping out of their comfort zone, and that is where growth happens. So embrace that fear. See it as a sign that you're doing something important, something that matters. Another crucial aspect of speaking like a leader is authenticity. In a world full of spin and carefully crafted images, authenticity stands out. It is refreshing. It is compelling. When you speak your truth, not what you think others want to hear, but your honest, heartfelt truth, people respond. They may not always agree with you, but they'll respect you. This authenticity includes being willing to admit when you do not know something. Leaders do not pretend to have all the answers. They're comfortable saying, I do not know, but I'll find out. This honesty builds trust. It shows that you are more committed to finding the right answer than to being right. Talk about the importance of continuous learning. The world is changing at an unprecedented pace. To remain relevant, to continue to speak with authority, you need to be constantly learning, constantly growing. Read widely. Listen to diverse perspectives. Seek out new experiences. The more you learn, the more you have to share, the more value you can add to every conversation. This commitment to learning also means being open to feedback. Leaders do not just speak, they listen. They seek out feedback on their communication style. They're always looking for ways to improve, to refine their message, to connect more effectively. Another powerful tool in the leader's communication arsenal is the use of metaphor and analogy. When you can relate your ideas to something people already understand, you make those ideas stick. You create aha moments. You bridge the gap between the known and the unknown. So cultivate your ability to draw connections, to see parallels, to explain the new in terms of the familiar. The issue of conflict. Leaders do not shy away from conflict. They address it head on. But they do so in a way that seeks to understand, not to win. They listen to all sides. They look for common ground. They focus on interests, not positions. When you can navigate conflict with grace and wisdom, you earn deep respect. Another key aspect of speaking like a leader is the ability to inspire action. It is not enough to motivate people in the moment. You need to create lasting change. This means connecting your message to people's values, to their sense of purpose. It means helping them see how taking action aligns with who they are and who they want to be. Leaders also understand the power of celebration. They do not just focus on what needs to be done. They take time to acknowledge what has been achieved. They celebrate milestones, both big and small. This creates a positive reinforcement loop that keeps people engaged and motivated. Talk about the importance of context. Leaders understand that words do not exist in a vacuum. They are always interpreted through the lens of the listener's experiences, beliefs, and current circumstances. So when you speak, be aware of your audience. Consider their perspective. Frame your message in a way that resonates with their reality. This awareness of context also means being sensitive to cultural differences. In our increasingly global world, the ability to communicate effectively across cultures is more important than ever. This does not just mean speaking different languages. It means understanding different communication styles, different values, different ways of seeing the world. Another crucial aspect of speaking like a leader is the ability to create a sense of belonging. Humans have a deep need to belong, to feel part of something larger than themselves. When you speak, you have the opportunity to create that sense of community. Use inclusive language, share a compelling vision that people want to be part of. Make everyone feel that they have a valuable role to play. Leaders also understand the power of repetition. They know that for a message to stick, it needs to be heard multiple times in multiple ways. But this repetition is not about saying the exact same words over and over. It is about finding fresh ways to express core ideas, about reinforcing key messages through stories, examples, and actions. Talk about the importance of timing. Knowing what to say is important, but knowing when to say it is equally crucial. Leaders have a sense of timing. They know when to push and when to hold back. They know when people are ready to hear a challenging message and when they need encouragement. Developing this sense of timing takes practice, but it is a skill that can dramatically increase your effectiveness as a communicator. Another key aspect of speaking like a leader is the ability to use humor effectively. Humor can break tension, build connections, and make your message more memorable. But it needs to be used wisely. The best leadership humor is self-deprecating rather than mocking others. It is inclusive rather than divisive. It lightens the mood without trivializing important issues. Leaders also understand the power of nonverbal communication. Your body language, your tone of voice, your facial expressions, all of these speak volumes. In fact, they often speak louder than your words. So be aware of your nonverbal cues. Make sure they align with and reinforce your verbal message. The issue of criticism. When you speak up, when you take a stand, you will inevitably face criticism. Leaders do not let this criticism silence them. They listen to it, learn from it when it is valid, and let it go when it is not. They understand that criticism often means they're making an impact, challenging the status quo. Another crucial aspect of speaking like a leader is the ability to adapt to different communication channels. In today's digital age, leadership communication happens through a variety of mediums: face-to-face conversations, public speeches, emails, social media posts, video calls. Each of these channels has its own strengths and challenges. Leaders know how to adapt their message and their style to be effective across all these platforms. Leaders also understand the power of symbolism. They know that sometimes actions speak louder than words. They use symbolic acts to reinforce their message, to make it tangible and memorable. Whether it is a handshake, a symbolic gesture, or a meaningful act of service, these actions can amplify your words and make your message unforgettable. Speaking like a leader also means being able to articulate a clear vision. It is not enough to have ideas. You need to be able to communicate them in a way that inspires and motivates others. This means being able to paint a vivid picture of the future you are working towards. Use descriptive language, share concrete examples, and help people see themselves in that future. But vision alone is not enough. Leaders also need to be able to break down that vision into actionable steps. They need to be able to explain not just the what and the why, but also the how. When you can do this, you turn inspiration into action, dreams into reality. Another crucial aspect of speaking like a leader is the ability to adapt your message to different audiences. What resonates with one group might fall flat with another. Leaders understand this and tailor their communication accordingly. They find ways to make their message relevant and meaningful to each specific audience. This adaptability also extends to being able to communicate effectively in different cultural contexts. In our increasingly globalized world, the ability to bridge cultural divides through communication is more important than ever. This means being aware of cultural norms, understanding different communication styles, and being sensitive to cultural nuances. Leaders also understand the power of empathy in communication. They do not just speak to people's minds, they speak to their hearts. They understand and acknowledge the emotions and experiences of their audience. This empathy creates a deep connection that makes people more open to your message. Another key aspect of speaking like a leader is the ability to use rhetorical devices effectively. Techniques like repetition, alliteration, and the rule of three can make your message more memorable and impactful. But these devices should be used judiciously. The goal is to enhance your message, not overshadow. Leaders also understand the importance of credibility in communication. Your words carry weight only if people trust you. Building and maintaining credibility is an ongoing process. It involves being consistent in your words and actions, admitting mistakes when you make them, and always striving to deliver on your promises. By speaking like a leader also means being able to communicate effectively in crisis situations. When tensions are high and stakes are critical, clear, calm, and confident communication becomes more important than ever. Leaders need to be able to provide reassurance, give clear directions, and maintain transparency even in the face of uncertainty. Another crucial aspect of leadership communication is the ability to give effective feedback. Leaders need to be able to provide both praise and constructive criticism in a way that motivates and inspires growth. This involves being specific, timely, and focused on behavior rather than personality. Leaders also understand the power of storytelling in communication. Stories have a unique ability to engage emotions, illustrate points, and make abstract concepts concrete. By weaving relevant stories into your communication, you can make your message more relatable and memorable. Speaking like a leader also involves being able to communicate a sense of urgency when necessary. Sometimes you need to be able to light a fire under people to communicate the importance of immediate action. This does not mean creating artificial panic, but rather clearly articulating why swift action is crucial. Another key aspect of leadership communication is the ability to build and maintain relationships through your words. Every interaction is an opportunity to strengthen connections, to build trust, to deepen understanding. Leaders approach every conversation with this mindset. Leaders also understand the importance of being able to communicate complex ideas simply. In an increasingly complex world, the ability to distill complex concepts into easily understandable ideas is invaluable. This does not mean oversimplifying, but rather finding the core of an idea and expressing it clearly, right? Speaking like a leader also means being able to inspire creativity and innovation through your words. Leaders create an environment where new ideas are welcome, where thinking outside the box is encouraged. They ask provocative questions, challenge assumptions, and inspire others to do the same. Another crucial aspect of leadership communication is the ability to foster collaboration through your words. Leaders understand that great achievements are rarely solo efforts. They use inclusive language, emphasize shared goals, and create a sense of team spirit through their communication. Leaders also understand the power of silence in communication. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Knowing when to pause, when to let others speak, when to give space for reflection, These are all crucial skills in leadership communication. Speaking like a leader also means being able to communicate boundaries effectively. Leaders need to be able to say no, to set limits, to communicate expectations clearly. This involves being firm yet respectful, clear yet empathetic. Another key aspect of leadership communication is the ability to use questions effectively. Leaders understand that asking the right questions can be more powerful than giving answers. They use questions to stimulate thinking, to challenge assumptions, to encourage deeper exploration of ideas. Leaders also understand the importance of nonverbal communication. Your body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice all communicate powerful messages. Effective leaders ensure that their nonverbal cues align with and reinforce their verbal message. Speaking like a leader also involves being able to communicate effectively in writing. In today's digital age, a significant portion of communication happens through email, memos, and other written formats. Leaders need to be able to convey their message clearly and powerfully in writing as well as verbally. Another crucial aspect of leadership communication is the ability to listen actively. Leaders understand that communication is a two-way street. They listen not just to respond, but to understand. They ask clarifying questions. They paraphrase to ensure understanding. They show genuine interest in what others have to say. Leaders also understand the power of appreciation in communication. Regularly expressing genuine appreciation not only motivates others, but also creates a positive atmosphere that enhances overall communication. Speaking like a leader also means being able to communicate difficult truths. Leaders sometimes need to deliver bad news, to have tough conversations, to challenge people's comfort zones. The ability to do this with honesty, empathy, and respect is a crucial leadership skill. Another key aspect of leadership communication is the ability to create a safe space for open dialogue. Leaders encourage diverse viewpoints, welcome constructive dissent, and create an environment where people feel safe expressing their ideas and concerns. Leaders also understand the importance of follow-through in communication. They do not just make promises, they keep them. They do not just set expectations, they meet them. This consistency between words and actions builds trust and credibility. Speaking like a leader also involves being able to communicate a sense of possibility. Leaders inspire others to see beyond current limitations, to envision what could be. They use language that expands possibilities rather than constraining them. Another crucial aspect of leadership communication is the ability to adapt to unexpected situations. Leaders need to be able to think on their feet, to respond effectively to surprises or challenges. This involves being prepared, staying calm under pressure, and being able to pivot. Leaders also understand the power of vulnerability in communication. Sharing your own struggles, admitting your mistakes, showing your human side, these can all create deeper connections and inspire greater trust. Speaking like a leader also means being able to communicate across generational divides. In today's multi-generational workplace, leaders need to be able to connect with and inspire people of all ages. This involves understanding different generational perspectives and adapting your communication style accordingly. Another key aspect of leadership communication is the ability to use technology effectively, whether it is video conferencing, social media, or other digital platforms. Leaders need to be comfortable communicating through various technological channels. Leaders also understand the importance of consistency in communication. Their message remains steady even as circumstances change. This consistency creates a sense of stability and reliability that others can depend on. Speaking like a leader also involves being able to communicate the why behind decisions and actions. Leaders understand that people are more likely to buy in when they understand the reasoning behind a course of action. Another crucial aspect of leadership communication is the ability to create a shared language within a team or organization. This might involve developing specific terms or phrases that encapsulate key concepts or values, creating a unique communication culture. Leaders also understand the power of metaphor in communication. By relating new or complex ideas to familiar concepts, they make their message more accessible and memorable. Speaking like a leader also means being able to communicate in a way that fosters accountability. Leaders set clear expectations, provide specific feedback, and create systems of follow-up that keep everyone on track. Another key aspect of leadership communication is the ability to inspire continuous learning and growth. Leaders use their words to cultivate a growth mindset, to encourage curiosity, and to promote ongoing development. Leaders also understand the importance of communicating gratitude. Regularly expressing thanks not only motivates others, but also creates a positive atmosphere that enhances overall communication and collaboration. Speaking like a leader also involves being able to communicate a sense of purpose. Leaders connect day-to-day tasks and challenges to larger, meaningful goals, helping others see the importance of their work. Finally, remember that speaking like a leader is not about perfection. It is about authenticity, continuous improvement, and a genuine desire to connect with and inspire others. Every conversation is an opportunity to hone your skills. Embrace this journey of becoming a more effective communicator, and watch as your ability to influence, inspire, and lead grows along with it. In conclusion, speaking like a leader is a powerful skill that can transform your life and the lives of those around you. It is about much more than just the words you say. It is about the energy you project, the connections you create. As you continue to develop this skill, remember that every interaction is an opportunity to practice, to learn, to grow. Embrace this journey with enthusiasm and commitment, and you'll find that not only will others come to respect you more deeply, but you'll also discover new depths of respect for yourself. Now go forth, speak your truth with power and authenticity, and watch as the world responds to your leadership.